Welcome, everyone, to the Tabletop Sportcast. This is a special YouTube series that I am putting together. Probably run about 24 shows or so. But tonight is really almost like session 0 into session 1. And what we're going to be doing is talking about this new PWS wrestling season project that I've got going, that I am kicking off today, mostly to showcase this new template that I've made available. If you want access to this template, you can get it by going to my Patreon page, patreon.com/tabletop sportcast. And I believe you can get this without being a paid member, but it might require a paid membership. If it is, it's $1 a month that will give you access to these files. This is one of the files that I have shared recently, and we'll kind of showcase that now for you. What I did is about 10 years ago, I created this template in an effort to, as I sat down and started playing PWS, I was trying to think of some ways to make managing a season schedule a little bit easier to do. So I came up with this template that includes some weekly shows, and you can see that each month I've got 3 weekly shows: the Raw, Nitro, and then Saturday night's main event. And those help set up like that month's pay-per-view. In this case, for January, that's going to be my King of the Ring tournament. These carry through, and every month you basically take like a match, and you can see here like this television championship match. It tells you who the participants are. If there's nothing listed like in these blue boxes, it means you've got a wild card, and you can put in anybody you want into those spots. It then also tells you what happens to the winner and the losers of those matches. So you can see in this case, the television championship, the winner is going to go to the television championship again at the next Raw event. So that would be here. And the loser has to take part in this Nitro tag team match, which is going to be not the next Nitro, but skipping forward to here. And you can see here in this tag team match, this television championship loser is going to then join and take part in the match with an unknown opponent against an unknown tag team. So that's what that would indicate. In some cases, the matches result in just the winner moving forward, and the loser just has their storyline come to a close. When it gets to a pay-per-view, it's both the winner and the loser almost always have their storyline continue in some way, shape, or form. It's usually the weekly shows that don't see that until you get to Saturday night's main event, which will also always include some kind of storyline continuation for both participants. Every quarter, you'll get a supercard event, and in this case for the spring, it is going to be Starcade. And you can see when it gets to these supercard events, every single title is on the line. I've got the titles that you include here, and you can always rename these if you choose to. I've also got some information on this information page. It tells you a little bit about what each of the colors mean and some description about what is going on with this template. So at these major events, you'll have some championship events. You'll also usually have like a signature event that takes place at each of the pay-per-views. And this will continue all the way through all 12 months until you get to WrestleMania. All right. That's how we're doing it. Now, my template is going to be this PWS wrestling season project, where you can see that I have set this up with starting to fill out some of my participants. And what we're going to do is run through tonight these first 2 cards. I'm going to run through Raw and Nitro, actually the first 3 here: Raw, Nitro, and Saturday night's main event. Now, Saturday night's main event, I haven't set up the card yet, so in PWS, I'll actually be able to show you how to set up the card. As we go through some of these mappings, we'll have to wait to see what happens for this Saturday night qualifier match to see who goes into this event. All right. So let's go over to the PWS software where I have set up a promotion. I have some cards that are already set up, and we are now from this place, we're going to start running a card. So I'm going to click over here. And the card that I want to run first is Raw's January card. And you can see here we've got 3 matches established. We're going to start with our tag team match, which is Strike Force taking on the fabulous Freebirds. Then we'll have a singles match, Paul Orndorff against Sergeant Slaughter. And then finally our television championship match, which includes the champion, Roddy Piper, against Rocky Johnson. So let's go to our first match and kind of run through and see how things play out. So this is PWS. You can see we've got both cards set up. We've got it where it's going to allow me to just kind of roll the dice as we go through here. So we're gonna, yeah, that's good. Let's roll the dice and see how this match plays out. So Santana has rolled defense. Hayes is on the attack, and he gets a slam into the turnbuckle. Unsuccessful, and we've got right now Hayes up 9-2. Let's see. We both roll on offense. Santana gets a sitting flip, and Hayes gets a bulldogger, so they both score 7 points. Santana rolls on defense, and Hayes rolls on defense, so we're going to roll again here. This time, again, both on defense. All right, Hayes is on the attack. He executes another slam into the turnbuckle. Unable to defend it is Hayes, and it's up 25-11 now in the 3rd minute. Let's see. Does he want to tag in? Let's do it. Let's have Terry Gordy tag in. And we got Tito on defense. Terry Gordy goes on the offense and executes a kidney kick. Oh, and Santana absorbs the punishment. Gordy scores 5 points. He will stay in there. Santana on offense. Oh, both are going with the tag team, so everybody is in the ring for this one round. Santana's going to roll on his specialty. He gets a flying slingshot, and Martel executes a suplex. Gordy is going for a Dixie pile driver. And finally, Michael Hayes goes on his specialty card, and he gets an Oriental Spike. You can see the scoring was pretty even, but it was Hayes who scored the most. So it's now 50-29, and we are going to continue on here. Terry Gordy is on the offensive. He does a Skinnerd smash. Unable to attempt. Let's see. So do we want him to go for a pin? It's only a few minutes in. I'm going to say he's not going to go for it yet. I'm going to let him try to get some more points first. Martel's tagging in, though, and Hayes will also tag in. Let's bring both new guys in here. Martel is on the defense. Here comes Hayes on the offense. He executes a bulldogger. It's neutralized, so Martel gets 4 points. We're going to keep both guys in the ring here. Martel on the offense. Hayes is on the defense this time. Martel goes for drop kicks, and he's unable to defend it. So 8-2. Keep them both in for the moment. Martel goes on offense. Hayes back on defense, and Martel is going to execute a headlock. He absorbs the punishment. It's getting to be a little bit tighter match now. Yeah, Martel's going to stay in there, but Terry Gordy wants out. He's going to get Hayes back in. Martel rolls on defense. Gordy goes on the offense. He gets a rear chin lock. And let's see. He will go for a pin this time. He's only got a 16% chance for a pin. Well, no, you know what? He's got a good chance to lose points, so I think we'll skip it again. We want to have a more dominating lead before we go for a pin. Both guys will stay in the ring. Martel on offense, so is Gordy. Martel with a suplex, and Gordy goes for it. Let's see. No, he's going to also skip the pin attempt. What did he do there? It was 9-8. Okay, now they'll both stay in. Martel's getting a good run right now. Getting right back into this match. He'll get an elbow smash here and scores another 6 points. Staying on the offensive. Here comes Martel again. Gordy trying to defend. It's an arm drag and twist. He reverses it. So Gordy's going to go on the offense with a Skinnerd smash. It's neutralized by Martel. He gets another 4 points. 71-77, 13 minutes in. I think after that, he's going to tag in Tito Santana, and we're going to tag in Michael Hayes. We got two new guys in here and see what happens. Santana's going on the offense. Hayes on the defense. It's an Ariba toe hold by Tito Santana. 10 points. And he gets the submission. All right, so Michael Hayes submits after Tito Santana executes an Ariba toe hold. Strikeforce wins the match. All right, we are going to create a new results database. Going to update the match results. And we're just going to call this my PWS Wrestling Season Project. And hit OK. And that has been updated. So our tag team match, Tito Santana submitted Michael Hayes with an Ariba toe hold. So now what I'll do is go to my template, and you can see now that these two guys are going to go to the Raw tag team. The fabulous Freebirds have their storyline come to an end for at least the moment. So we go to the Raw tag team, and we are bringing forward now Strikeforce. So we're going to have Rick Martel and Tito Santana, who will now be in this next one. They're going to take on the winners of this Nitro tag match that we'll see in our next show. So let's go back to PWS and run our next match. This is a singles match between Paul Orndorff and Sergeant Slaughter. All right, Orndorff's on the defensive. Both guys went on the defensive. Orndorff, and now Sergeant Slaughter goes on the offense. He gets a whip with the riding crop. Unable to defend. Big score, 12-2 for Sergeant Slaughter. Now we have both wrestlers on the offense. Orndorff's going to his specialty. He gets a pile driver. And Sergeant Slaughter does a military knee to the gut. So a little bit better performance for Orndorff on that one. He stays on the offensive. Sergeant Slaughter goes to the defense. It's a slingshot, and he'll have to absorb that punishment. We're dead even at 21 after 3 minutes here. Orndorff on the offensive. So is Sergeant Slaughter. It's a drop toe hold, and it's a military knee to the gut. So Sergeant Slaughter outscores him slightly there. Another double offensive moves here. Drop toe hold from Orndorff. And Sergeant Slaughter with a chance to go for the pin, but you can see really low percentage. We're not doing it just yet. He got a front chest breaker there. 41-31 after 5 minutes. Orndorff on the offensive. Both wrestlers on it. Overhead face slam from Orndorff, and Sergeant Slaughter once again thinking about a pin. Still too early. Let's skip it for now. He got a suplex on that last move. Orndorff's defensive. Both guys defensive. Orndorff on the offense. So is Slaughter. It's a body slam from Paul Orndorff and a body slam as well from Sergeant Slaughter. So both score 7 points. Let's see. Both men on the offensive. Throw over the top rope by Orndorff. Sergeant Slaughter goes with a suplex. Let's see if he gets counted out. No. He gets back in. He is still not ready to pin, so we're going to skip that for the moment. Both men on defense. All right, here comes Sergeant Slaughter with a flying head scissors. Orndorff takes the damage there, and nope, still not going to go for a pin just yet. A little too close still. Orndorff goes on the offensive. So does Sergeant Slaughter. It's a slingshot for Orndorff and a body slam for Sergeant Slaughter. Maintaining a pretty good lead still. Another offensive move. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter is going to go with the camel clutch. Potential submission move here. Let's see what happens. No, he does not submit. So it's 87-58, 11 minutes in. Let's see if Orndorff can make a comeback here. He's going on the offensive. He's on his specialty chart. He gets another big pile driver, and Slaughter has to take the punishment. All right, Orndorff on defense. Slaughter going on offense with a body drop. He's unable to defend against it. Now his pin rating's up to 27.8 now. And he's got some good chances to score some additional points. So I think this will be a time where we're actually going to go for the pin now. So I'm using the strategy pin chart here. Roll for the pin. Here we go. Oh, Paul Orndorff was able to reverse the pin. He's going to go for the pin now. No, Sergeant Slaughter kicks out. All right, we'll go back to the cards here. Orndorff on offense. So is Slaughter. Throwing over the top rope for Orndorff and a flying head scissors from Sergeant Slaughter. Will he be counted out? No. Defensive moves from both. Sergeant Slaughter on offense. Going for his specialty. It's the Cobra Clutch. It's going to be a big score here. Yeah, now he's up to a 41% chance for pin. He's going for it again. Roll for it. No, only one count there. 118 to 82 through 15 minutes here. Let's see if Orndorff can get back in here. A leg smash to the windpipe. And he does get a good offensive move there. Both men on the offensive. Another throw over the top rope by Orndorff and an indomitable stretch. Not submitting. Now Sergeant Slaughter's on the outside. And he gets back in. Dominating lead by Sergeant Slaughter right now. Slingshot and a body slam. And let's see. Sergeant Slaughter going to the Cobra Clutch. This will be a 10-pointer. Yes, he's going to go for it. Now his pin is up to 58.4, so let's see if he can do it. There it is. Paul Orndorff at the 19-minute marks was pinned by Sergeant Slaughter, who used his Cobra Clutch. We're going to add this now to the match results. And now, once again, we'll come over here. So we can see here, it's just going to be Sergeant Slaughter now who's going to get a shot at the Raw Television Championship, which is going to be here. So we've got Sergeant Slaughter, and he will take on the winner of our next match, which will be the Television Championship match. Let's run it. Roddy Piper against Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson on the offensive with a sunset flip, and he takes that punishment. Now it's Piper coming back. He executes a sleeper hold. Does he want to go for the pin? Too early, right? So we're going to say no. All right, Piper on the offensive again. Now he's going for a figure four leg lock. Unable to defend against it. He's taking in a lead. And he submits. That's a quick one. At the 3-minute mark, Rocky Johnson submits after Roddy Piper executes a figure four leg lock. And he will remain the television champion. All right. And that will end our card here. We'll save that card. Let's see what happens to our two wrestlers here. So you can see now that we actually are going to have both of them continue their storyline. So Roddy Piper will be maintaining his championship. And then Rocky Johnson is moving on to take on that Nitro tag team that we talked about earlier. So he is coming down here, and he will have Barry Windham joining him as his partner as they take on the Wild Samoans next time at Nitro. Speaking of Nitro, we're going to move now over to Nitro and run another card here. And let's run a card, run Nitro. And our first match is a tag team match, the British Bulldogs taking on the Varsity Club. Then we'll get to a singles match, the one-man gang taking on John Studd. And then finally, we've got our Saturday night qualifier match. It's going to be the Junkyard Dog against Jerry Lawler. Let's start with our tag team match. Kevin Sullivan on the offense. Rams his head into a turnbuckle. Can't defend it. Too early. We're going to let both guys stay in the ring here. At least let them go a couple minutes before we make a tag. Davey Boy Smith executes a head scissors, and we are moving on. Both guys will stay in the ring again. Both men on the offensive, and actually the Varsity Club is now tag teaming here. They're going to do a double team. So let's see what happens here. Kevin Sullivan with a wraparound choke. Mike Rotundo gets a leg dive takedown, and Davey Boy Smith is going for the British Crab. And there it is. All right, so Davey Boy's on the offense. So is Kevin Sullivan. Davey Boy's going for the British Crab again. Kevin Sullivan does the ram head into the turnbuckle. Okay. 30-32. I think Davey Boy wants to make a tag, and so does Mike Rotundo's going to get himself into the match. We're going to switch wrestlers on both sides. Mike Rotundo goes on the offensive with a leg dive takedown, and he cannot defend against it. Oh, they're going to double team again. The Varsity Club double teaming with a reverse Nelson, a kick to the lower back, and Dynamite Kid absorbs the punishment. Dominating lead right now for the Varsity Club. A London Fog sleeper from Dynamite Kid and a drop toe hold from Rotundo. And Mike Rotundo does not submit. Now, Dynamite Kid's going to stay on here. And Kevin Sullivan, after that, decides he's going to tag in. So we'll get a new matchup here. Both guys on the defense. Both guys on the offense. Dynamite Kid throws him out of the ring, and we got a ram head into the turnbuckle. Is he going to get counted out? No. All right, counting down. Here we go. Next minute. It's Dynamite Kid on the offensive. Oh, actually, double team from the British Bulldogs. Dynamite Kid is going for a reverse neck breaker. Davey Boy Smith with an arm drag. And he takes the punishment. It's fairly close, 9 minutes in here. Yeah, we won't have anybody subbing out. So I think Mike Rotundo wants in here. Up, here we go. Another double team move from the British Bulldogs. Overhead smash, abdominal stretch. He has to absorb the punishment. Still can't make his tag. Both men on the offensive. A London Fog sleeper, a knee to the groin. Not submitting. Yeah, Davey Boy's going to stay out, but Mike Rotundo wants in. He finally is able to make a tag. Both men on the offensive. Dynamite Kid with an overhead smash, a drop toe hold from Mike Rotundo. They're both going to stay in for the time being, although I think British Bulldog's starting to feel like he wants to get back into this match. Yeah, he'll tag in now. Kevin Sullivan stays out for now. We got another double team from the British Bulldogs. A headlock, a reverse arm lock, and he's unable to defend. Slight lead now for the British Bulldogs. Dynamite Kid. Let's see. Starting to take control here. Another double team move. They're starting to really take command here. They're going to have 2 rounds of this drop kicks. Belly to belly. Oof. They've got a commanding lead here. Let's see what happens. Another double team. Unable to defend. Here we go. All right, now we're going to switch it around. Kevin Sullivan had seen enough. He jumps in. And they get a little bit back here. Man, there's been a lot of double team. Both of these teams just too good at their tag team efficiencies here. And what it does is it prevents us from doing some tagging when they're doing a lot of these double team moves. So we'll have to see what these scores end up being here. We're 20 minutes in on this match. 22nd minute now. I think we're going to finally get a tag. No, not yet. This could be it right here. Horizontal suplex. Oh, he's definitely going for the pin. 60% chance of a pin attempt here. No, he's able to kick out. Yeah, I think both guys want a tag here. Can Kevin Sullivan turn this match around? Let's keep this going here for a minute. Both men stay in the ring. It's a British Crab from Dynamite Kid. He's going for the pin. And he got it. What a match. 25-minute mark. Kevin Sullivan pinned after Dynamite Kid executes a British Crab, and the Bulldogs win the match. We'll update this one. And let's see what that does here. So now they will go to that tag team matchup here. And we will get Davey Boy and Dynamite Kid. This time I can just copy these. They will be taking on Strike Force in the next match for them. Now we got our singles match. One Man Gang against John Studd. A sledgehammer to the chest. Here we go. Staying on the offensive. Battering ram. Both men on the offensive now. A one-man body slam and a chin lock. It's a good start here for One Man Gang. An elbow slam to the face. Too early for the pin. Both men on the offensive. It's a battering ram. Oh, no. Too early for a pin for John Studd as well. So you got that great power smash in. One Man Gang with an elbow slam to the face. Nope, still too early for that. Got a pile driver. Still too early for the pin. They're just doling out punishment right now. He is building a commanding lead, though. He's up by 30-plus points right now. John Studd trying to get back in here with a face stomp. All right, finally, One Man Gang going with the one-man body slam. I would say we're still going to skip it. Doesn't quite have enough of a lead. John Studd now with a forearm lock, and it was neutralized. One Man Gang going for the one-man body slam again. All right, pin attempts getting a little bit stronger. I think he's going to go for it because more positive results here on the strategy chart. So let's see what happens. No, got a 2 count there. Got 6 points for his pin attempt. So you can see it's helping him extend his lead a little bit here. We got a pile driver, and he wants to go for a pin again. Only a 1 count this time. 120-55. Dominating lead right now for One Man Gang. But here comes Studd with a 10-story knee plunge. And he has to absorb that punishment. Both men on the offensive. Great big splash from One Man Gang. And John Studd is also going for his backbreaker. Both men going for their specialties. And they got canceled out. Strangle with chains. Oh, man. Okay. All right, here we go. One Man Gang with an overhead power smash. Yeah, he's definitely going for the pin. And he got it. 19-minute mark. John Studd pinned by after one-man gang executes an overhead power smash. And we will update those results. And let's see what that does on our template here. So one-man gang is the other man who's going to go to this Saturday night qualifying match. Nitro Saturday night qualifier. He's actually coming into this one. One-man gang. So he'll have a shot going into the next one. And getting back to it, we have our final match. No, not the final match for the night. Let's see how this works out. Our final event of this one is going to be our Saturday night qualifying match. Junkyard Dog against Jerry Lawler. Junkyard Dog with an armbar and twist. Both men on the offensive. Too early for a pin. Both executing suplexes in that last minute. Here comes a Cocoa Butt. Junkyard Dog with a good score. Here comes Lawler now with an inverted leg cradle. He'll score a big one there. Both men on the offensive. Armbar and twist against a knee drop to the face. Both score fairly evenly. Lawler on the offensive with the Royal Backbreaker. No, does not submit. Inverted suplex against a fist drop. And both men in the defensive mode. Here comes Lawler again with a continuous forearms. And Junkyard Dog has to absorb the punishment. Both men on the offensive. Both scoring fairly decently. Inverted leg cradle. Too early for a pin. Both men on the offensive again. No, it does not submit with the abdominal stretch. All right, Junkyard Dog going for his sledgehammer. He scores big there. It's a fairly even match right now as we go into the 12th minute. It's going for another abdominal stretch by Jerry Lawler. Not submitting again. He is holding tough to those submission moves. No, too early. We're not going for the pin just yet. Oh, and he neutralized that move, so that's good. Let's see if he can take advantage now. All right, still fairly even. Jerry Lawler now with continuous forearms once again. His pin attempts are getting better. We're going to at least go for it now. No, got a 2 count. Didn't score any points extra for that one. It's a Cocoa Butt against the abdominal stretch. Doesn't submit again. He is really fighting those off. Yeah, definitely going for a pin. He is in pin mode here. Only gets a 1 count. Oh, and he reversed the move. Now he's got a fist drop. Can he get a pin out of this? Yes, he does. Junkyard Dog. Pinned by Jerry Lawler after a fist drop at the 20-minute mark. We will update those results. And as a result of that, we have Jerry Lawler coming into the Saturday night scaffold match where he will take on Andre the Giant. So let's get this one set up. And I don't know if I have the scaffold match. We'll have to see if we've got this available or we might have to pick something else here. So I'm going to save this card. And now we'll set up a new card. So this is the Saturday night's main event. We are doing all of these at the Richmond Coliseum, which really no longer exists. And we will add a special match here. Okay, so I don't have a scaffold match. So let's do... I think I will do a steel cage match here. No time limit. Strategy pin. This is not a title match. This is going to be Jerry Lawler against Andre the Giant. And this is for January. So now I'm going to go to run the card. That's the one we want. And let's run this match and see how this plays out. So now we got a steel cage match here. Andre's on the offensive with a bear hug. He can try to get a submission here. No submission. Both men on the defensive. Now they're both on the offensive. Jerry's got him on the ropes with an elbow smash and a kick to the face by Andre. Both men. Now Lawler goes for the pile driver. Andre sits on him. Andre goes on the offensive with an arm twist. Both men on the offensive. A suplex versus... Yeah, you're not going for a pin yet. Both men with the suplex. Andre stays on the offensive here, and it's reversed, and he goes for his pile driver. Still too early. Just be happy with getting him down. Oh, the steel cage. Not going to attempt the pin just yet. He just had a dominating move there, though. The steel cage, anytime they end up into the steel cage, it's going to add extra points here. Lawler on the offensive with a knee drop to the face. Andre with a suplex, and it's reversed. And he goes for the abdominal stretch. Can he get him to submit? No. Andre goes to his specialty with the big squash. I'm going to say no to the pin attempt here. Jerry's going to get an armbar in. This is a fairly close match right now. Both men going on the offensive. It's a fish drop and a steel cage roll. And another big splash. Now you can see he's got a much better chance here. He scored big on that one. 24 points. Let's see if he can get the pin. No, but I got 2 points. Both men go on the offensive. Inverted leg. Giant power slam. Andre with an arm twist. Lawler on the offensive with a continuous forearms. Both men on the offensive. Continuous forearms versus something else here. Titan body press. Yeah, he's going for the pin here. And he got it. Can he climb out? No. At the 17-minute mark, Jerry Lawler was pinned after Andre the Giant executed a climb out of the steel cage, and he wins the match. We're going to save the card. We're going to go to our thing here. So this scaffold match turned into a steel cage match. I might have to see if I can get some more of these specialty matches loaded in. But now you can see Andre gets to go to the World Championship match, where he should be actually here. So I'm going to take Ricky Steamboat out of here and go with Andre the Giant. And then King of the Ring match number 2 is where Jerry Lawler is going to end up. Let's see. I kind of messed that one up. Let's see if I have the other template. As I was filling this in, it looks like I got a little overzealous. So that match number 2, we should have had this guy be the one that we would take. So Ted DiBiase is going to be replaced by Jerry Lawler. We'll save those guys for another time there. And now you can see for next match, we'll be setting up for our King of the Ring tournament, which will feature a World Championship match, Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. We will then have 2 matches for the King of the Ring, with match number 3 determining the winner of the King of the Ring. So we'll be doing that next week. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll continue this series as we go forward. So thanks for watching.